Well, hello there. Um, Star Wars reference. Today today I thought about sharing something that that's been making me feeling how to say overwhelmed, kind of like feeling down. Uh, I think it's been a week or two. I've been rushing on like a final project recently, so yeah, it's just yeah, it's been overwhelming. I don't know what to say. Uh, I'm not sure why I feel very awkward. Maybe I haven't really make a video just talking about my problem. It's kind of like ranting instead of talking to person. I'm or instead of chat writing on chat. I'm recording right now. Oh my god, the camera. No, not the camera. Oh, oh, oh. Is it recording even? Wait, fuck. Oh yeah, wait, sorry. Sorry, it is recording. So yeah, I've been feeling sorry for just now actually. For I was just yeah, I don't know how to start this. But actually nothing. To be honest, like nothing really too sorry about it. Everyone you know face difficult from time to time in their life. So also the pillow is kind of like blocking, but it's okay. Uh, so yeah, actually I think it's kind of weird because people don't really talk about their problem much, or at least they don't too soon. Like this is my third videos, and I just talk about it now. Maybe it's been something I've been doing. I practice it, which is uneasy actually. Just to open up about yourself is very difficult. I mean, to just share about yourself, it's already difficult for some people, and then to talk about this kind of emotional type of topic can be more difficult. But I thought I thought this video is not just for the viewer, not just for my friends or my family, but actually a video just for myself. It feels weird because I'm looking at the camera right now. It's just like circles, and I just flip the camera, so right now I can see my own face, but it's like upside down. So yeah, I've been feeling quite overwhelming. Yeah, you get the idea. Uh, so I've been working on a project, and since we have to rush, so I've been working late lah. I've been working late. I came home. I just I just feel very tired, and I don't even feel like playing a video game. Yeah, but and also actually another thing, it's I don't know why I'm feeling kind of nervous and kind of scared to talk about it. Maybe because like I fear about what other will judge me. But I thought, yeah, like I said, it's it's a validated feelings. I'm not just posting a video and just start spreading hates or something like that. But I'm just sharing that my feelings. So yeah. Be- all right. So I've been yeah. God damn it, man. That's the problem when you don't prepare anything, you just kind of don't know what the fuck you're trying to say. Yeah. Sorry for swearing if you don't like it. So all right, let's just get into it. So I've been working on this project. I think it's been one week or something, 1 or 2 weeks and since we have to rush, and I just I experience a lot of anxiety. My chest, it feels very tight, and my belly feels very stressful, and then I'm just continuously binging the screen. I mean, usually I do also actually, but yeah, I mean this time, once in a while we will rush, and then it feels stressful, especially when I the camera. You know what? Never mind. I'm just talking anyway. Especially when I have to. The first time for this long, I handle the whole one episode myself, which is actually very hard. Lah. So I work in I work as a 3D lighting art and compositing artist. So this episode I'm handling I said 75% of it because the front part my teammate actually did, and then they have to jump to a new project, so I have to solo finish the whole thing, and the deadline would be next Wednesday. And the second thing is that I joined like a group to help how to say like discuss idea for the event for a trip. And yeah, actually it can be very stressful because there's like two things uh, happening at the same time, so it can be overwhelming for me, especially I think mainly it's not about the job, or it's not about project or the the discussion about the trip, the event. I think mainly the biggest part is about myself. It's about that I tend to be very harsh to myself. Yeah, I expect a lot of myself. I think I mentioned I'm a perfectionist myself, even though often I feel like my thing is not even that perfect. So that's an issue. I mean, it's not even an issue, lah, but the problem that I being harsh to myself, I think that's the issue. Having to needing to be productive to feel good about myself is very exhausting. And wanting to change my unhealthy habit and just kind of banish it to the shadow realm is it's even more difficult because it's habit is something that we practice and we repeat day in and day out. And I said for the past 7 or 8 years I've been neglecting so much about my health and being. So I've been like a big depressed kid, a depressed teen. So it's kind of like a this last year and this year where I start to be more aware of my own health and being. Kind of like last December or November, yeah. And that's when I realized the importance of it. But of course, because I'm still new to it, so it can be very difficult. Whether you're new to it or not, whether it is a addiction or habit, it can be very difficult to change one thing from another. Especially if you want to break an unhealthy habit, you really need a strong reason to hold on to it. Otherwise, it's just gonna be, you just kind of keep repeating the same thing. But even if you have the strong reason, you may still slip up because your mind and your body, it's very used to doing certain things. Maybe at 7 p.m. you will do this, maybe at the next morning you will do that, and maybe when you're at the bathroom you will do this, something like that. So yeah, so since I back to the topic is, since I am very harsh to myself, and often I still haven't fully let go of the past yet. So I still I admit that I carry this I carry this pain and suffering that I experienced back then, and then I still remember it right now, and you know just worry about it or feel awful about it. But I say I'm actually proud of myself because it takes not only time but the willpower, to actually wanting to make changes. And I feel like through these times I really learned to accept and embrace myself, not fully, but a bit and a bit. So yeah. And So yeah, yeah, like at this point I don't know, I don't know where am I heading to, because like I said, the overwhelming has been too much. And kind of like my friend says, when your brain being too overwhelmed of something, it just kind of like shut down. I don't know if it makes sense, but I feel like it makes sense to me. uh Partly why I feel like I'm not, I haven't been really focusing, other than at my work I repeat the same tasks. Other than that, kind of feel like I kind of feel like I'm kind of like, what you call that, depersonalization, something like that. But I don't know if it is. But the point is, I feel like it's like whatever I'm doing is, if sometimes it feels unreal, it feels dreamy and floaty, and I just feel like I'm mind-numbingly working on something. So yeah, I kind of want to just stop this video and then just go back to what I just said uh, a few seconds ago. But maybe if I remember, then I will. But yeah, I feel like I didn't feel like cutting. I didn't feel like cutting. There's nothing wrong with cutting the video. Also, actually, I just kind of want to go raw. So with the workload, actually the workload isn't that much. And oh yeah, yeah. Now I remember, I talk about the past and I amplify it. So with the work right now, the thing is like, to talk about the past, and I just mentioned that I'm proud because I really learned to let go a lot. To me, at least, that I feel like I learned to let go a lot. But then, yeah, I mean, it's not fully. So which mean part of it is that maybe something that happens a few months ago, I might still remember. Something that happens 1 or 2 years ago, I may still remember. So I don't expect myself also, even though deep down I kind of just wanna, you know go all the way up when it comes to like improving. But I know deep down it's all about up and down, up and down, up and down. So yeah, I when it comes to work, working on this project on solo, right, doing alone, I will worry a lot, because in the past projects there are times that I just feels, oh wait, I hope it's recording. No, right. If it's gone, I guess that's it. But yeah. So because in the past, the previous project, I mean the previous episode that I'm working on, there are times that I, slow and make a lot of mistakes. So I happen to have to OT and have to work late, and I need my teammate to spend their extra time just to help me. So it becomes part of the reason why when it comes to working on this project alone, I feel scared. Even though I might do it fast, but whenever I thought about, oh, speed run, and then I just, my, I don't know, is it adrenaline? I just start pumping, and yeah, I get that anxiety so much, and I really dislike it. But I also understand myself for that, because I haven't got to that point that I'm fully confident of myself, and I believe that not everyone can do it. Actually, everyone can, but not everyone will immediately be confident with themselves. And even with the most confident person, like 100% confidence, sometimes they may still feel not confident. They will still doubt, why am I doing this, why am I here, what's the meaning of life, is there even a point anymore, something like this. So I think this is the period where it will feel like it lasts forever, but in reality it doesn't. So I mean, it's very easy to say, but when you're in that you know period, it does feel like it, and I just kind of feel hopeless. But I sort of remind myself that, you know well, just when I say I don't want to cut the video, it stopped itself. I think maybe there's a setting for it. it's it stopped at 15 minutes. I didn't even realize I stopped 15 minutes. But let's continue where I just left. So I said that I remind myself that no matter what, that all these things will pass, and whether it is even if you will end in a good way or bad way, you know, I know that things will pass, and I know that we will learn something from it. We will gain something from it, and I think it feels like ever since I study stoicism myself, and it it really changed my perspective. Not fully, of course, but more or less it does. All right, just a side note. I realized my face. It looks a bit weird. I think because the camera. I forgot to change the focal length thing. It's currently at 16. That's why my face looks a bit. I don't know. I think it's weird. It looks a bit distorted. But back to stoicism. When I mentioned about good and bad, and every time I just a lot of time I it remind me of stoicism because it's very they focus. I mean, they talk about this previously. I don't remember that much, but when it comes to that, they don't really, how to say, they don't really categorize things as good and bad, or you know, it's more or fortune or unfortunate, But I think Marcus Aurelius does mention that, however, that if you can bear with something difficult times, that is something to feel fortunate. I think that makes sense. So kind of change good and bad to sort of like healthy and unhealthy. So because I think through my growth I realized that, again, not fully realized that, sometimes I feel like I understand a lot, but at the same time I don't. But I that realized that the problem that I have might not be a problem for others. The things that I like might not be something that others like. So when it comes to something that we are angry or upset about, and you might look at the another person, he or she or they might feel alright. So I think that's the thing. Maybe that's why I don't put as good or bad. I think because we, as a society or individual, we identify things as bad because it hurts, it makes us feel unpleasant, it makes us feel awful. So and so people categorize things as, oh, this is negative, so it's bad because it makes me feel sad, it makes me feel awful, it makes me feel like it's the end of the world. But the truth is it's not, because I think true I think we can all we all experience that in a period, from time to time, that when we how to say when we experience like a very difficult period, we grow from it. We can see the changes. Maybe some of you don't. So I apologize if I say all are actually, but a lot of us. But I do agree that that there will be a time that it is for you. Instead of questioning why me, you know, I think it's more like you're the chosen one to face this issue, and if you surpass this, if you push through it, then you'll gain something from it. Yeah, it is painful. I think life contains a lot of pain and sorrow, and that's the truth. But it's something also very beautiful because we are here for one another. If you're a believer, I'm a believer myself, so I know that I'm guided by God. But it's something that I want to remind myself more about it, because I tend to just I still complain a lot. Even if when I pray to my God, I just tell her that I apologize because I still complain a lot, even though I know I'm guided, even though I know Mother Nature is here, for me to borrow all these resources from her. So I'm really grateful, but at the same time I do acknowledge, yeah, I do complain a lot. I think it's kind of like my coping mechanism, which is very unhealthy because it, especially to share with like my family, my mom's, and my one of my friend Ren, I mentioned about him in a previous video. It can be very unhealthy because essentially I am I'm 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 giving my problem to another person in a way by ranting and complaining with like I feel like I'm being selfish. Just, oh, I'm feeling sad right now, so I'm gonna tell you. And there's nothing wrong, but if you repeatedly do the same thing every time without asking someone, oh, are you up right now? Are you free to listen? Are you willing to read my text? And then you just kind of start ranting. It makes me feel like I'm selfish because I'm not caring about others. I'm just thinking about myself. Oh, now I'm feeling sad, so I tell, and then after finish telling, I feel good. So yeah, I hope that whoever it's watching right now, that I'm referring to myself, basically. I think it's very easy to just be stereotype, like maybe from what I mentioned on the video right now, maybe like it sounds like I'm saying everyone else, but to be honest, I'm just talking about myself, and there's a lot of things I don't know. So, if I happen to be stereotypical, forgive me for that. I admit myself wrong, even if I, didn't intend to do so. So, yeah, they it's been feeling. I've been feeling awful, basically about the work. Um, but I know it will pass because next Wednesday it will be our final submission. I'm not sure if I have the OT to finish it, but I know I know whether it's good times or bad times, happy or sad times. I think it's healthy to have them both because it really teach you a lot. Every aspect, whether it's when you have incident that you feel happy about it. There's always at least one small values and lesson to teach. Also, there's my bear. Hello. So yeah, I been talking for quite long already lah. Uh, yeah, I mean it's kind of like now I'm thinking about it. I feel like I'm ranting, but at the same time, it's a video for myself. And if you would like to watch, and if you like watching the video, listening to me talking, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that someone is here listening, even though I'm just alone right now in my room, but I'm still grateful for you to tune in. So yeah, I really hope that whoever is going through difficult times, just know that, I know it sounds cliche, but just know that you're not alone, and I know I'm not alone too. Uh, just like what Marcus Aurelius says that you know whatever that is happening to you actually happened to a lot of people already in the past. So nothing is new and nothing is familiar. It makes sounds kind of negative, but I think in a way that it sounds comforting as well, because for those who have been through this, they have, they're still, they push through it. Obviously not everyone lah, but at least, even if no one does, you can be the first one to try it. And whatever the result it is, just let let it be. Just yeah, just live according to nature, as I guess. Just, yeah, at the same time, uh from stoicism, really focus a lot on living according to nature. I want to talk about in the future videos. I wanted to talk about stoicism, but I'm gonna have to do some research first, at least a bit, because I don't wanna just happens to set something wrong. I mean, I know I will, but yeah, I thought I want to do some research as well. Let's talk about mainly. I think I will talk about Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus and a little bit of Aristotle. I haven't read any book about Aristotle yet, but it's something I'm quite interested about, the 12 virtue thing that I think he created. But yeah, if you are struggling, I hope that welcome the pain and suffering, because it is inevitable, and I think instead of avoiding it, it's gonna come anyway. So might as well, might as well. I don't know how to make the impression. Might as well serve while we can. Yeah, I think if you are able to endure and to live under this life that contains pain and suffering, and then you don't have to run away from it. Then you can, yeah, you can. I don't know. I'm not really good at this sometimes. Like sometimes I know what I'm talking about, but at the same time I don't. Sometimes I also don't know what I'm trying to say. But I hope you get the idea. If if we often run away and just, you know avoiding all the pain and suffering, then, you know how are we gonna continue this life? Because life is a lot of this. So yeah, I don't really have like a better way to say it right now. So I just hope that whoever is struggling, that you can push through it, and perhaps perhaps we can all from this process to learn that, hey, maybe, hey, right now I'm struggling, but maybe I learned something from it. And yeah, I will to shift this weakness into strength, something like that. So yeah. All right, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. It's kind of like a habit already. Every Sunday I will just talk about it. But I feel like, I mean, I quite like nighttime. Talking about nighttime after bath, it feels great. But at the same time, to upload on YouTube, it would take quite some time. So I'm gonna go right now before the video goes way too long, and then I have to wait way longer than I should. I mean, I know I will. I will wait longer inevitably. So yeah, see ya.